In the moments in our lives when it's most critical for us to perform well and to give a good impression is often the times when we find ourselves feeling the least confident, and stress and nerves tend to get the better of us. Let's do something about that. My name's Emer Zone. I'm an author and confidence coach. And if you are 100% committed to growing your confidence and growing into the most confident, successful version of you, you're 100% in the right place. Let's jump into this topic. This tip that I'm going to give you today is most useful for those moments like just before an interview. You've parked in the parking lot of the building where you're going to be doing that interview and you're feeling the nerves and you want to feel more confident. You're about to give that presentation to a room full of your colleagues, or you want to impress a manager, or you're about to step out on stage at an event and give an important presentation that's really going to, if you do it well, it could do so much for your business. Or maybe it's just an important conversation that you need to have with a friend, a partner, or a family member. Let's look at this from two perspectives, or we're going to come at how we build this feeling and we access this feeling of confidence quickly by looking at two things. First, our physiology, and then our cognitive process. So basically, what's happening in our body, our physiology, cognitive process, what's happening in our minds. And we're going to take control of both of those, okay? So, not going to give you a science lesson, and I'm not a scientist, but when we think about ourselves feeling very stressed in these moments, we often are activated in this fight or flight mode almost. And that part of our nervous system is called our sympathetic nervous system. But the other part of our nervous system that we want to begin to bring on board and bring online is the parasympathetic nervous system. And one way to do that is by doing something called vagal breathing. You may have heard there's a lot of talk these days about the vagus nerve and vagal turn. Well, the vagus nerve is a really long nerve that, starts at the base of the brain, goes through, connected to many of our organs. And what we need to know about it today for our purposes and confidence is that when we can activate the parasympathetic nervous system through vagal breathing, we calm our system, we calm those nerves. We want to show up calm, centered, and confident. Here's how you do vagal breathing. So just want you to notice your breath right now, not really changing it. And then you're going to bring your attention to the breath and nasal breathe. So just breathe in through your nose on the inhalation, and on the exhalation, that comes out through your mouth. A few breaths like that, inhaling through the nasal passage and exhaling through your mouth. If you were in a situation where you could make a little bit of noise, all the better. It's really good if you can whew, or on the exhalation. It really helps. So then as we breathe in through our nose at the top of an inhalation, you hold that for 3 seconds before you then and we want to lengthen that exhalation. So that's a key thing about vagal breathing. The inhalation is shorter than the exhalation. That's a big signal to the parasympathetic nervous system to sort of get it online and getting that rest and that calmness coming. So that's the type of breathing that you want to do. You want to practice that, just a couple of breaths, and really, really works to calm those nerves, okay? Now we're going to work on this, on what's going on in our heads. Because when we're feeling stressed, or when we're just before, on the brink of one of these important performance moments in our lives, is when stress can get the better of us, and our minds can be running on the worst case scenario and what if, and we want to get that mind on a really short leash. And we do that by feeding it very specific messages and images that are linked to success, accomplishment, and feelings of confidence. And we do that incredibly purposefully. We are reminding ourselves of who we truly are with our badass statements. So you can call them empowering mantras if you like. But here's some homework for you to do. And I'd love to hear in the comments if you decide to serve yourself in this way by taking the time to do this. And that is to write down some I am statements with some power, badass statements about who you are, your value, what you're capable of. So, for example, it might sound something like this. I am calm and composed. I present with poise and confidence. I welcome the opportunity to share my knowledge. I am open to this experience. I am prepared. I engage energetically with my audience. I always give my best. I deserve to be here. I am powerful. I am wise. I'm worthy. I am always learning and growing. I am on purpose. I am enough. Always. Next steps. Get my free 7 ways to skyrocket your confidence by clicking the link below and click subscribe to get more of this content. See you next time.